Welcome back to my channel and thanks for joining. My name is Yane and let's just say, your girl is good with a brush. If you follow me on Instagram and if you don't, check out my Instagram. It's underscore Yana Artistry. If you follow me on Instagram, a lot of people have been asking me about my locks. I do a lot of lock content and people ask me all the time about how I maintain my locks. So I wanted to give you guys a few tips and maybe something that you get from this video can help you on your journey. Before you do anything with your hair, you have to know that moisturizing is so important. Depending on your moisture routine will depend on how your styles come out, how your locks fall, how full they might appear, how shiny they might appear. So making sure that you have a good moisture routine is going to be important. So what I use is rose water and castor oil. A lot of people are kind of standoffish about using thick oils inside of their hair, but when I was a loose natural, castor oil worked really good for my hair, and I kind of experimented with other oils early on in my lock journey, and they never snapped like castor oil. So I definitely have to keep that as a staple inside of my lock journey. The way that I moisturize my hair is I put 3 parts rose water, and honestly mostly rose water, and just a couple drops of castor oil, shake it up inside of the bottle, and I spread it into my hair every day. I've been literally doing that for 3 years. It's keep my locks moisturized, it keep my roots moisturized. The most important part for me is to make sure that the hair that's not locked just yet stays nice and soft, nice and moisturized, so that when it's time for that hair to lock, it does, and it continues to keep nice full. I wash my hair every 3 to 4 weeks, but I do it kind of sort of on a routine. So the way that I do it is I retwist my hair. I keep my hair retwisted for 4 weeks. And then after that 4 weeks, I wash it, and then I will wet my hair once a week, every single week for that next month. So month 1, I retwist it, I rock my retwist for the month. Then month 2, I wash it, and then I wet my hair inside of the water, like under the shower, every single week. For me, that just helps make sure that my locks stay like heavy and have that weight to it. Because my hair is 4C, the hair at my roots, especially since there's so much hair at my roots when I don't have a retwist, it kind of wants my locks to stand up. So to stop it from standing up, I just wet it, and it kind of creates that weight to get my locks to like fall the way that I like them to. But it also is a really good way to keep your locks moisturized. So what I use to wash my hair is Mix Chick shampoo. I've been using it since I've been a loose natural. I'm going to post a video of my wash routine so you can see how to use shampoo without getting buildup. I am somebody who does my edges literally every day. So with me doing my edges, I make sure that I rinse my hair off when I'm washing my face. I rinse my edges off and kind of like scrub the water into my edges to get rid of all product so that I don't have buildup on my hair. I've been doing my edges every day for 3 years, or almost every day for 3 years, and I haven't had any issues yet. Keeping with the idea of maintaining your locks and keeping them clean is brushing. I brush my locks on a regular basis. I probably only do it like once every couple of weeks, especially if I do something where I wear a sweater or something. I live in South Florida, so I don't really wear like heavy coats and stuff like that often. However, when I do decide to wear a sweater or anything like light colored or a white t-shirt or anything like that, I try to brush my locks just to get some of that surface lint off of it. The most important thing is I like to use like a soft brush. The thicker brushes, for me, it creates a lot of shedding on my hair, and I feel like over time, if I keep brushing my hair with like a thicker brush, it's going to thin out my lock and make my lock thinner, because it's kind of like ripping off some of that surface hair wrapped around the lock. So a soft brush is all that you need, and honestly it's not going to do all of the work, but it will help with getting rid of some of that surface lint that you may not be able to see just under a regular eye. Another way that I maintain my locks is through a lock sock. Listen, I live by this. I do have regular head scarves like this, and I use this kind of like to just wrap up my edges and my hairline. But when you use a regular scarf like this, the ends of your locks are still exposed to your pillowcases and things like that. So I like to use a lock sock. The lock sock is fully covered. So this is the bottom of it. Of course, this is where I put it on. Don't mind me. This actually was a little tight, so I cut it around the ears. But this worked wonders. I never go to sleep without it. I literally have used it almost every day throughout my entire journey. Even times that I kind of got like lazy and I lost it and I didn't replace it. And then that's how I started to get these little lints kind of sort of in my hair. So just be mindful of that. Lint is going to be inevitable. It just is what it is when it comes to locks. Your locks are like Velcro, especially since I use castor oil. That is a lint magnet. So lint is going to happen when it comes to the lock journey, but try to do things to alleviate the lint. It will make your journey so much happier. I am somebody who, I don't really style my locks. The whole purpose of me getting my locks was to have kind of like the effortless look. I never really was tempted to style my locks too much, but the most you might see me do, especially when I retwist it, is like a low ponytail or some cornrows I've tried before. Usually the way that I style my hair is like a bun. So the most you see me do is put my hair inside of like a top knot. That's just because I think top knots are really cute. The way that I personally style my hair is that I just change my parting. So sometimes I change my part from the left side to the right side. Sometimes I rock a middle part. It all depends. And honestly, that may not seem like a lot, just changing the part. But if you are struggling on your journey and you're struggling kind of like finding your groove with your locks, try changing your parting. Parting style can make a really big difference. Trust me, how I look in the middle part is nothing like how I look with a side part. So parting is a styling option. That is how I style my locks. I find that minimal styling has helped my hair stay thick, consistent from root to tips, and they just kind of like look untouched and very healthy. That's the way I like my locks to look. But to each his own. Do what's best. If you are going to style your locks, I would recommend you not keeping the style in for more than about a week or two, and then also try to stay away from super high tension styles, especially when you're not doing them consistently. The reason why is because if you create a high tension style, it can create a weak spot in your locks, and that's how some people kind of like have locks that snap off and things like that, and it can stunt your growth. I want very full, very thick, very healthy locks, so I make sure that all of my practices that I do with my hair is going to promote that in the long run. Be careful with your products that you use. So certain products are going to create buildup. When I retwist my hair, I only use castor oil and water. I never use any type of products to retwist my hair. Not because I think they're so bad, it's just because once I started and I retwisted my hair and it was cool when it came out, I kind of like kept it going and I just never felt the need to use it. I don't need my retwist to last forever. Honestly, I kind of like my retwist when it gets a little older. So I don't want to do anything to kind of prolong that fuzzing process. I stay away from any type of butters or paste or anything like that that's not water soluble in my hair. I try to stay away from things like that. I just use oil to retwist my hair. But if you are going to use products, just make sure you are using products that work good together, that also is going to easily wash out when it's time to wash out your hair. That also goes for any type of dyes or rinses or anything that you do with your hair. I've chosen not to dye my hair only because, again, I have wanted to dye my hair a brown color since I've started. I love brown. It is literally one of my favorite colors. I wanted to dye my hair a brown color since I started my lock journey, but I haven't been able to do it because I know my hair. When I was a loose natural, my hair would break off just from dyeing it black. So if black dye was going to do that, I know that anything with bleaching agents is definitely going to eat my locks up. And I did not go through that nice, rigorous starter lock phase to mess my hair up. That's all I do to maintain my locks. I hope that this video helped you guys out at least a little bit and you take something from it. Comments below, let me know how your lock journey is going. And if you have any tips, if you're a vet in the lock game, put them down below. Let the community share with each other and let's learn from them. Until next time, thanks for joining.